Let's catch up with all the latest in media news with Sophie Elsworth, the media writer for The Australian. Thanks for joining us again, Sophie. I just want to ask you first up about ABC radio ratings. I'll get your tip for who's going to take over the managing director's position in a moment. But first up, you've reported today that they're tanking in the ratings still, especially on radio.
That's right, Chris. The 5th radio ratings survey was out today, and Radio National, their flagship political, a lot of their flagship political shows are on that station, including Patricia Karvelas' breakfast program, are in free fall, Chris. She's lost tens of thousands of listeners across the country, particularly in Sydney and Melbourne, in the last 12 months. 20-odd thousand in Sydney and another 30-odd thousand in Melbourne. So this has been bad for Radio National and comes just, after those recent comments by Chair Kim Williams, who is critical of Radio National and some of the radio networks, to say that they're not focusing hard enough on international news. There's too much fluff and lifestyle. So this is not good news for the ABC radio arm today. Yeah, and it's just too much endless green left politics. Green left, green left. I mean, I like listening to it because I get to hear what the green left are banging on about. But if you're just an ordinary listener, you want to get a bit of all perspectives on it. Plus, Patricia Karvelas is hardly on there. She's taken days off left, right and centre to do Q&A and whatever, but they've got to sort that out. Who do you reckon is going to take over from David Anderson, the underwhelming departing managing director? Well, Chris, there's been a few names bandied around. There's the news director, Justin Stevens, the CFO currently at the ABC, Melanie Klein. Her name's been bandied around. Also, Chris Oliver-Taylor, the chief content officer. Now, look, who knows? Mike Sneesby may leave Channel 9. Will he be in the running for it? That's another possibility. We've got Foxtel executive Amanda Lang. She's leaving Foxtel next month. Her name's being thrown up. Look, there's a lot of speculation by who it may be, but it'll be interesting, Chris, if they stick to what they know and hire someone for that role internally, or perhaps, Chris, get someone left field out of the ABC that can perhaps shake things up a bit. Absolutely. They've got to get someone outside. They can't go for another ABC lifer, in my view. That's the part of the problem. Now, just briefly, I can't believe this story about 7 West Media in Perth. After all the hassles 7 have had with all sorts of dramas in personnel, and they have sexy Santas turn up a long way from Christmas. That's right, Chris. Look, they were talking to staff about an upcoming pageant for Channel 7, and they had these women roll out in pretty sexy Santa outfits. Look, Chris, there's no time for this, it appears, in the media now. Channel 7 and at 9 are at war. This was a chance for Channel 9 to get back with this story at 7, after there's been a lot of reporting on the problems at 9, sexual harassment and so forth. So I think things have changed drastically, and there's quite a few people who thought this set the wrong tone. Yeah, leave the fancy dress-ups for Dancing with the Stars, hey. Thanks again, Sophie. All over it as usual.